All right. Here we go. We're live, boys. Welcome to another Wednesday night edition of That's Debatable. I'm Ryan Dietrich here with my guys, Will and Jeremiah. What's up?
What up, world? Columbus, how y'all doing?
Whoever's out there, if anybody's watching, thanks for tuning in.
Anyone?
Playoffs.
Anyone?
Playoffs.
Is it playoff
That's all I
time?
think of every time, man. Jim Mora.
NBA or NHL?
That's a nice lid, dude.
Oh, thanks, man. Shout out to the sponsored Lids. You need some hat apparel, make sure you hit up Lids, Easton, Polaris, or online, lids.com.
Shameless plugs. I actually walked by Lids today. I had to go over to date. and
Football
drop some
season, we
stuff
had
off.
Wendy's with the 4 for 4.
Yep,
Hey,
that's
man.
going to be
Now
Lids.
we got lid caps. You already know.
Yes, sir.
That's the
I got
debatable
mine,
line.
but
Tap
it's a little
in,
dark
man.
over here.
Tap in.
It's playoff time. Avs opened up and rolled last night.
Yeah.
So as you can see, I got the gear on.
Avalanche.
Dominated. So things are good. Things are good. How was our weekends? It's 8:25. Another lightning round, speed edition. Oh, that's
Weekend was-
debatable tonight.
Weekend was great for me.
Rapid hits.
Been on the road for the last about 4 weekends. This week we took over Indianapolis.
That's right.
Team went 2-2 on the first Saturday. We went 2-0, and then on Sunday we ran up against some real competition. So the guys went
Always a
0-2, unfortunately, but that was one of those moral victories where it's going to teach them to come back a little bit stronger and harder next time. So
Gotcha.
overall, my boy did decent, and yeah, that was it.
What's up, Cheryl? How you doing? Cheryl says hi.
Hello,
Hi,
Cheryl.
Indianapolis.
Thanks for tuning in.
Always good to get some competition at a young age. You know, helps you grow as an athlete. Mother's Day's coming up Sunday.
Oh,
Put the
yeah.
plug in now. Don't forget. Everybody out there, don't forget Mother's Day Sunday. Most
Shout out to
important day
the
of the
mamas,
year.
man. Shout out to the mamas. Everyone, you know, RIP to my mom, Duke. Shout out to my godmom, y'all the world. Shout out to my kids' mom. It's y'all's day this weekend. Happy Mother's
Same.
Day. Happy early Mother's Day.
Moms, baby moms, I don't like calling that names. Wife, all the kids and children wouldn't be Mother's Day without having a kid. So shout out to all the mothers out there.
Queens.
There you go.
All right, a little bit of what we gonna get into first.
All right.
Talked about you.
Let's see. Real quick, Buckeye basketball action. New transfer coming in. Fifth-year senior out of Oklahoma State. The Buckeye men's basketball team's what I'm talking about. Chris Holtman's got a new guy. Isaac Likely out of Oklahoma State. He's a terrible three-point shooter and a bad free throw shooter, but apparently he plays defense. So that's one thing I heard today on the road. 6'5", fifth-year senior out of Okie State coming here. A little bit of basketball action.
And he a poor free throw shooter and a poor
Yep.
3-point shooter.
Those are two things you can work on, but as a fifth-year senior, you would like to see some development out of that already. But a
Yeah, he's about
little behind.
Hey man, as long as he can lock somebody up, I guess.
Dude, yeah, man.
That transfer portal has been real active here. You know, you lost Michi Johnson from that team. He's moved on to South Carolina, and a host of others have moved on, but you know, the show must go on.
Yeah, Malachi getting an agent was the big news last
Yeah.
week.
Signed up for NFL or NBA draft.
Kind of
up,
more an
Charlotte?
official. He's out of the way, so.
Yeah,
But,
see.
you know, props to him.
Yeah,
getting
shout
it.
out to them.
I mean,
Them Tar Heels got everybody returning, so they better look out.
Cam Johnson's been playing good for the Phoenix Suns. We'll get into that.
Yeah, he bought out
The rounds. All right, NFL draft recap.
Who won the draft?
Man, I don't know. I
The
haven't
team
done.
that possibly won the draft still might be in the top 5 pick next year.
That's the thing. You never know. I haven't dug too much into the Niners pick, but the one thing I will highlight. Let me see if I can find it.
Seahawks.
Mr. Irrelevant. San Francisco had last draft pick, Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy out of the Big 12 in
What is
Ohio
he?
State. He's a QB.
Oh, he's a quarterback. Oh, he's definitely
So
going to the practice field. But shout
What
out
I
to-
want to know
He's
is
going to be the new Tom Brady, man. Instead of Tom Brady being 199, Brock Purdy's
260.
going to be
Nah, he's at the wrong
going to
spot.
be the
'cause
GOAT
they
at
got-
262.
We still don't know what's going on with Garoppolo at the. They got that man waiting in the wings.
Sir Lancelot.
Start the starting quarterback for the Niners?
Yeah. But what I want to know is
see.
who was the last Mr. Irrelevant, if any Mr. Irrelevant, to actually make a team and make some kind of NFL stats? Because forget just making an impact. I just want to know if any Mr. Irrelevant has
Has
got
even
in.
made a team?
Yeah.
I'm
and
sure there's
actually
a
been able
kicker.
to
I'm
get
gonna have
in.
to check out my plug stat muse, see what happens.
Yeah, find out that one. That's the $1 million question. Anybody out there in the chat can figure that out before the end of this show. We may have a little gift card for someone.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
you
know. Just see what happens.
something.
Who was the Mr. Irrelevant that became relevant?
There you
Yeah.
go.
Is there a relevant Mr. Relevant?
Don't think that's why it's Mr. Irrelevant. I do see, in the chat, I see some, the Jets, obviously, big talk. They got our guy, Garrett Wilson, at number 10, and our other guy,
pick.
Sauce
Good
Gardner,
pick.
at
Great pick.
4.
Where's my?
And it was kind of cool to see Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave go back to back. And then former Buckeyes receiver, the kid from Alabama, Johnson.
Oh my goodness! But my
Bang, bang, bang.
Jameson,
Whatever his name is.
the Vikings trade with the ops. That's what I was saying. That's
What'd they do?
You let the enemy. We traded with the enemy twice that night. We traded with the Packers. They got a receiver in the second round, and we traded with the Lions, and they got a receiver that could possibly torch us in the future. Because he looked like if anybody listened to the young Detroit music, he looked like he fit that young Detroit culture for sure. That receiver is going to be turned, and maybe if they could get a quarterback, because I don't know what Goff going to do, but. They got a nice little, they got some weapons, and the knee biter coach. Maybe he could motivate them. But
Man,
I don't know. We traded with
crazier
people who
things
could
have
possibly
happened.
torch us in the future because I like that kid.
Let's see. San Francisco took a kid out of Toledo, Samuel Womack, the defensive back. Another local guy in, they dragged a Penn State dude. That defensive back, Tariq Castro Fields. I don't know. Wide receiver out of SMU. He's like 6 foot, 5'11", 180. He's got some speed. Danny Green. And then the Niners' first pick was in the second round, 61st overall. Defensive lineman Drake Jackson out of USC. So, see what they can do and develop. I mean, wasn't a big name splash or anything for San Francisco this year. They made headlines last year with Trey Lance in that business. So, offensive line, running back out of LSU, always good to have some speed and depth at running back. So, I don't know. It's one of those, who won the draft, how'd they do, what was their draft. I saw Mel Kiper gave the Niners like a B.
Yeah.
Somebody else gave maybe even that C range. So, who knows? More will be revealed, but
Well,
always, it was it was fun to watch. I mean, it's kind of fun to watch the draft. I mainly like looking at the list afterwards, but I was waiting to see where Sauce would go, and then
Right.
a couple, the Ohio State guys. Let's see, Cam Jurgens. There's a couple Nebraska players.
Okay, I have
Went to the Bengals, the center. Yeah.
Hold on.
What's up?
The answer to not the most relevant, because that's the way I typed it in, but the best Mr. Relevant or the most known Mr. Relevant ever is the kicker Ryan Suckup.
Hey, there you go. I said kicker. I knew there was a kicker in there somewhere.
Because besides that, it's a whole bunch of guys you would never know. But I know Ryan Suckup.
hey,
Then he played for the
Bomb.
Chiefs. And then, matter of fact, it's right here.
Dude, yep.
He played for.
He's played for a handful of teams.
He once
Titans,
received
Chiefs.
a 5-year, $14 million deal.
Bang,
He
bang.
made last season. He nailed 22 straight field goals. Yeah, the most relevant, Mr. Relevant, the 2009 pick, Ryan Suckup. That's crazy. So I get that gift card.
there you go.
There you go. Kickers, Google gets a gift card.
Right? Hey, it counts, man.
Kickers, man.
Hey, I told you, I know how I feel about them. You need to hit your free throws, and you need to make your field goals.
You guys got any thoughts on Vikings-Bengals draft?
Let you go first.
I'm going to run down real quick if you
Of course,
got
I
any.
got mine, but
Well, yeah, PFF grades our draft a B. I felt like we made a lot of moves. Like I said, we traded a lot with the Packers and the Lions. We traded with the Packers and the Lions. I didn't like that because they traded. But we did get corners out of that. So we seen what they did, and we trying to counter it or whatnot, and we grabbed some of value. But we did steal a Georgia player, Lewis Seen. They said that I like that pick.
Dude, Georgia, man.
Yeah, 11 picks overall. 11 picks overall, 5 in the first round, all defense. Yeah, that's crazy. At the end, my boy N'Kobe Dean, the biggest steal of the draft, the Eagles got him, I think. Man,
With third round or something, right? Middle of the
top
third round?
middle or the
early.
top of the third, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, now that was a good pick. I don't know why he fell so late. They said it might have been some extra stuff, but nah, that's a football player.
That guy fell late. There was another dude at LSU that fell late.
I don't know. Most of our picks was just stuff we needed. We grabbed a couple corners. They say they like Evans and Booth, Andrew Booth from Clemson.
I was hoping we can get him.
Yeah, I was hoping we would reach and jump up to try to get Sauce, but shout out to the Jets,
dude. Yeah,
we got
Sauce
we got
bad,
the running back from back from North Carolina, Ty Chandler. We got him in the 6th round. That was a nice little pick. 5th round, actually. That was a nice little pickup.
North Carolina running backs.
Cook always sometimes he be dinged up, and we got Alexander Madison and nobody else behind him, so he could get in and be a little touch. They
gotta have running back.
Grabbed our final pick was a tight end, but we grabbed a receiver from Michigan State, Jalen Naylor. So we'll see how that go. But he's like 4th, 5th on the depth chart anyway, because we top heavy at receiver with Justin Jefferson, Thielen, and my boy number 17. I can't think of his name right now.
Van Jefferson.
No.
He's for the Rams.
Yeah, he's in Rams. Yeah, he in LA. Ryan Suckup, yeah. You ain't know that.
All right, Will. Bengals, break it down.
First of all, the Who Dey Nation.
Who Dey. It was solid. We got what we needed, but we'll see.
I like it.
I said to Who Dey Nation, Who Dey. The defending AFC champions, the Cincinnati Bengals, did exactly what I thought they would do, and they took the defensive side and really made focus on the secondary. Picked up Daxton Hill from that team up north. Cam Taylor-Britt, who's going to come in from Nebraska, that Big Ten type of, lockdown corner, physical corner mentality. Zachary Carter out of Florida, the defensive end. Cordell Volson, an offensive lineman. We want to secure Joe Bees, protect him a lot more. They did solidify a lot of free agents and protect that line. And then this next pick, that 166, a huge shout out to my man Tyson Anderson, who's out of my hometown of the 419, Toledo, Ohio. Nice. He went to Toledo. That young man has definitely did some things for his family and shown the city that we can all make it. So huge shout out to Tyson. Mr. Anderson, I would love for you to call into the show. Let's chat. Let's do work. And very, very good luck and congratulations on making it to the NFL. This is just the beginning. So to all the draft picks, good luck. But it's time to go to work now. So
yeah, Falcons had a nice little draft.
Safety, cornerback from the Bengals. I like it. Load that defense.
Whole
up.
Defense. All the defense wins championships, and we one step away from, getting to Mr. Stafford and locking up Odell a little bit more, locking up the Triple Crown man himself. It's little things that we away from, and you've seen they kind of focused on that right there.
And you just got to get bodies in there in the second.
You ready to say that?
Easy. Easy.
Is it 13-4?
Say no more. You already know.
13-4. Say no more.
Dude, they're the front runners.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we gotta play the Jets again. That's one. You was talking about the Browns last week, and they're not really afraid of the Browns, but I think the Jets, they got a scare tactic, and Sauce being out there, and they was already kind of. They gonna make some moves.
I'm not. That's the first game of the season.
Nah, the first game of the season. They haven't came out. Probably. I think it's that second Thursday in May. It's like the 24th, I believe. We'll talk about that next week. But the NFL schedule is coming out. It's going to be a lot of teams to circle on that calendar.
I'm already making bets with people.
The one I did see is you got Arizona and San Fran in Mexico City, like November 20-something.
Yeah, we played
that'll be sweet. That's two very big, like, Hispanic fan bases being in the Southwest and California. So that's cool. They'll go to Mexico City. And yeah, Vikes Saints, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that a London game?
Yeah.
And then it was Tampa Bay versus I can't remember the team right now, but they're going to be playing in Germany.
It's
I just looked at that.
I just had seen it earlier, but
just looked at that.
Seahawks.
So fresh. Everything is so fresh right now.
And the Packers got a game too. That's over there. I forgot who they play as well.
But the international game is definitely coming up this year.
The Packers play the Jaguars.
The NFL is trying to expand their league a lot more and show the different fans. Yeah. That's pretty interesting. See how big that time difference is going to make. Usually that makes a big difference. And
Because the London games always early. Oh,
and most of the time they kind of have sorry teams that play in those games, but to have like Tampa Bay, who's going to of course have Tom Brady returning, it's going to be more exciting for not only the fans that's over there because they're already going to be excited, but more exciting of a game for us to watch also.
I did hear a stat that I think every game or last 30 games that have been played in London, they have not featured two teams with above 500 records. It's
Right.
always been a losing team. So, interesting one there. See if that streak can be broke.
We once beat the Browns in London. I don't know
Let's
what
see.
our record
Yeah,
was at that
Falcons
time.
got the wide receiver. That's a big one. Drake
They
London,
got the quarterback too.
USC Stars.
What you think of Desmond Riddler or Ritter?
The Riddler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
call him the Riddler, I
quarterbacks
bet.
fall late. I was like, I don't know. Good to see that, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't need to be going in the first round. Kenny Pickett, even the Steelers, a little bit early. But
That
if
was kinda
anybody knows
predictable.
Pittsburgh, a Pittsburgh guy, it would be Pittsburgh.
Yeah, the guy that changed the game forever.
So I mean, let's talk about that real quick, just for a second. Like,
Give it up.
usually quarterbacks are so prominent in the draft or in the NFL.
Yep.
What does that say to see that quarterbacks are now falling?
Game. I'm with you there, right, Adam.
We'll see you there, AD. I'll bring the steaks, buddy.
And I'll bring the bake, buddy. Saying that, but
Yeah, I was glad to see quarterbacks fall. I mean, it's just defense. This is, the guts of
thought-
building a team: offensive line, defensive line, linebacking core, secondary, all that kind of. So it's every year. It's nothing but, especially after the past couple years, just who's going to overreach for a quarterback, take him number one overall, that kind of thing. So
shocked to see Willis fall so late. But
Yep.
I feel like I've already seen Tannehill. Y'all seen the Tannehill clip?
yeah,
Yeah, I read it, man. He's a clown, man. You're literally the reason why your team did that. Like, you're the reason why AJ Brown probably
Right.
half of it he wanted money, and the other half is because of you. AJ Brown balled out. Derrick Henry showed up a little bit for coming back from an injury.
3 picks in
and
the
he did
playoffs, man.
I called it, but
he did.
So are
Yeah, he
you
did.
referring to Tannehill
so
not
he won't
wanting
be the mentor.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, be
Yeah.
big homie. Show him the ropes. You
Right.
ain't gotta. If he take your job, it's because you're not performing.
Right.
It's not because he
Right.
took your job. Unless he just come out in training camp and he's on some Russell Wilson type stuff and take your job. But besides that, be the big homie. Be a professional. Show him the way. You ain't got
Be a professional.
Don't overextend your hand. You feel me? But yeah, be the big homie to him. He,
So what's the difference between him saying that? I'm pretty sure A-Rod said the same thing about
Yeah,
Jordan
but
Love.
He also not Aaron Rodgers though. So as much as I be on Aaron Rodgers, which he shouldn't even know, he overreacted. Like you're Aaron Rodgers, you're reacting like you're Ryan Tannehill. That's the problem. Yeah, Ryan Tannehill, no. After your playoff game, you don't say nothing until the next offseason, and we'll figure out what you're saying after that.
Jimmy G probably said the same thing too, right, Ryan?
Nah, he handled it. Nah, Jimmy
Nah,
G
Jimmy G-
handled it.
yeah.
He handled it like Brady did.
They know the drill.
Now,
But
he might have said
Jimmy
something to
G's been in
Shanahan on
that
the
role
side.
before, though, too. Yeah.
I'm sure he mentioned it to Shanahan on the side, but he never made it public. He always supported Trey publicly. He never made no scene. He let Trey go in. Now, there was the one moment because he was trying to have, your man, I just said his name too, Trey Lance, in the goal line packages, and I think Jimmy G might have said something. It was like, I'm able to do that too. Like, I understand that because I've been there, done that. I took my team to the Super Bowl. Jimmy G's case, it's not because he underperformed, it's because he can't stay healthy. Ryan Tannehill's case is totally different. Number one, you're a receiver, fam. I will never forget that. And he's underperformed. So that's why they made that move. And I feel like they might have their next Steve McNair.
So with him coming out publicly and saying he really don't run a rock with the backup quarterback. We don't even know if he's going to be backup right now. But with Willis looking right over his shoulder, do you think he's going to have more pressure and he feels that, they drafted a quarterback? I guess Aaron Rodgers isn't the same type of caliber of player, and knowing that Jordan Love is behind him, that goes for all quarterbacks. When you're a starting quarterback,
The Packers reach for Love anyway.
but do you think that's going to affect his performance, Tannehill's performance?
If his performance is affected, it's because that's who he is. You got me? Same thing in the playoff situation. But he could hold it down in the regular season. He just gonna have to see the playoff game. But we all knew Willis was never gonna start wherever he got drafted to. So he's in a situation where he shouldn't have to look over his shoulder. If he's looking over his shoulders, it's because he's like looking like he's hearing footsteps or something. But that's all on him. It's all on his performance. They already done traded their top receiver, so it's already a lot on him anyway. Plus the running back, it's literally all on his back anyway.
Dale, you calling the Pickett? You calling it a bust? Like, I understand the Squillers, they usually draft pretty good. And when they finally get the draft pick that they look for, it's usually a hit. So maybe they're going to surround Pickett with a couple of non-Juju type players. They still have Claypool over there. They still have Najee Harris that's going to be in the backfield. And I can't even think of who they just picked up right now for their quarterback, who was supposed to be Mitch Trubisky, maybe?
Yeah.
Mr.
Trubisky.
Trubisky?
$14 million deal or something. 2 years, $14 million or some
Cheap.
small. Yeah. So Mr. Trubisky isn't the guaranteed starter. So he could possibly come in and earn a spot, or Mr. Trubisky to take it until he's ready.
But do you think Pickett? I don't know why Why you just said he's gonna be a bust?
That's
kind of.
He ain't played yet to be a bust.
What you feel about that, Adam?
That's a reach. Maybe they did reach, but
Yeah, for sure.
But they just didn't want. They just wanted to make sure that they was gonna grab their guy. They already had their plan set up, and they already got a lot of pieces in place where they could be able to make that reach. So they already got the defense there. They got the line. They grabbed their running back last year, and now they finally are prepared for life without Big Ben, because this is we're officially knows
15 years.
Even though Big Ben's been done the past 3 years, he's finally retired. So. Yeah.
So AD said,
I almost forgot about that because Brady stole that shine. Remember, Brady retired a couple days after, stole all that shine, and unretired, stole that shine. Plus Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben retired. I don't know. Did we ever give Big Ben his flowers? I don't know. Man. Here you go, Ben.
I give Ben his flowers, man. You put respect. The things he did in that city, you can't take it away. But AD thinks that being a great player in the ACC is being the fastest guy with turf toe. So that's what he believes of Mr. Pickett. I don't know. I think they're still going to be probably about the third, fourth in the AFC North. Man. What, with that slide, the fake slide?
Yeah, he changed it. They literally changed the play the year now. They're no longer able to do that because of
Try it in NFL, man. I think quarterback won't last long. Definitely in that hard-hitting AFC North.
That play was still sweet. I wish we just had the clip ready to go.
Business.
But I think that was a nice pick, man. Whether if he's ready to ball or not. Yeah, it makes sense. He was one of the hottest quarterbacks. It wasn't a quarterback-heavy draft. We all knew that.
Right.
I've already seen projections of next year's top 10. It's already like 4 or 5 quarterbacks in there, starting with the man from Alabama.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud going 4th.
But,
I seen C.J. Stroud to the Lions.
But this year, you don't need to. All right, I'm with AD. I'm not big on Pickett's talent or prospect as he's starting QB, but it ain't my job. So, send him to Pittsburgh. Great. Waste a draft pick. Have some bad QBs there for a while. We'll be fine with me.
They seem to get it right.
They usually do. Of course, me being Cincinnati, I always kind of watch what's going on around that conference, but or division, I should say. Those guys usually hit good on their draft picks. Being a quarterback in Pittsburgh, it's hard to say because Big Ben's been there for so long.
18 years?
For a long time. Yeah, since I believe it was 2004.
Man.
Yep. But I'll give you there, Pittsburgh's front office, GMs, they seem to be one of the more well-run organizations in the league. So, anyway, it's a good draft, always exciting.
A lot of people had them going Pickett or Willis though at that spot. So it was going to be a reach either way, seeing how Willis fell all the way to the 3rd round.
That's right. All right, moving on.
Like we said to all the draft picks, good luck. Buckle up your chin strap, get ready, because now it's big boy ball. Now you got to prove yourself. That nice contract is going to be there waiting for you. You just got to go out there and play now.
Got to earn it.
Yeah, Jets won a draft, and they're still going to be a top 5 draft pick next year.
There you go. Book it.
That's crazy.
All right.
But their future might be bright. Might be bright because they got some young studs over there. But they're in a tough division.
NHL playoff time for those of you out there. You can see future Stanley Cup 2022 champions jersey that I'm wearing. Avs are the number 1 seed in the West. Nashville Predators are the number 1 overall seed. They won the President's Cup, scoring the most points in the league. I got your brackets there on the back page for you boys. And for those of you out there, started on Monday, continued into last night. So there's your seeds.
And my dude
West
was watching
side on the
Rangers
west.
game last night. Or I think
Dude,
the
Rangers.
played last night.
So Rangers
Yeah,
and
he was watching
Penguins
the
game last night went into 3 overtimes. So basically, they played 2 full-length hockey games.
Yeah, that's
Pittsburgh ended up winning at 4-3, and actually, the Rangers at the end of regulation
I seen like the goalie has 70 blocks or something like that.
they had 79 saves, and the losing goalie had 79 saves, I think, which is a boatload. And actually, at the end of regulation, the Rangers scored, going up 4-3 with like 2 minutes left, but dude got shoved into the goalie, so they ended up calling goaltender interference. So I had to pull that goal, tie game end, and they ended up going into 3 overtimes. Pittsburgh Penguins got the win. Monday night, Hurricanes are up 1-0 on the Bruins. Maple Leafs shutout, 2-time defending champion Tampa Bay Lightning.
No Columbus this year.
Blues beat the Wild. Blue Jackets did not make it. Kings beat the Oilers. I got on, filled out my bracket.
Oh.
Did a little bracket
Did you see
challenge.
the Flames fight? The brawl? Oh, bruh. Man, they was working. Hey, think that playoff hockey's here. I just watch. It's on Bleacher Report. That's how I didn't watch.
That's all it
But I'm
was,
about to start
playoffs.
watching these playoff games. What channels are they on? ESPN? Where they at?
Yeah, actually, playoffs are on ESPN.
Yeah, I'm definitely, bro. There was a brawl last night. If you ain't got Bleacher Report yet, get into your Bleacher Report. The dude from the Flames and who they playing? The
Dallas Stars.
Dallas Stars. They was working.
Nice.
Man, the dude got ejected. Now the one dude got put down, bro. It's almost like hockey players fight like girls.
It's awesome, man.
But you
Yeah,
gotta
gloves
imagine,
off, man,
you
go
already
down.
got us
They-
on skates.
Oh, yeah.
You know how
Yeah,
much
right.
balance they gotta take to try to hit somebody
they
in the
was on
face
skates
and
like,
be on skates?
Luka, like Devin Booker had Luka the other night.
Let's see I think the Maple Leafs and Lightning game on
like
Monday. Somebody went off bleeding. I know they had to clean up the ice and some things like that.
No,
Yeah,
the
dude.
Blue Jackets made it a couple years ago. They had
Playoff
downtown
hockey gets
turn.
nasty, man.
I definitely got to tap into these games so I can be able to talk more with you with this. 'cause,
So-
yeah, I seen that brawl clip and I'm like, that's the stuff.
And I know we got a few fans out there. AD's a big hockey fan. I know that. And some of our other boys. So, got to rep a
People
little
getting
bit, cover our
flagrants in
bases.
basketball.
And it gets brutal, man. Like every other day, most of these series go 6-7 games.
So,
A lot more to come.
who's the front runner for the Stanley Cup?
Avs are the betting favorite when it all started. They're at like 4-1, and then the Florida Panthers, the President's Cup trophy. They had scored the most points in the league this year. So your Panthers are your second betting favorite, followed by I think the Flames are up there, and I think the Hurricanes are kind of an underdog favorite. I'll pull those up if I can. So. Going to be exciting right now. The Hurricanes are up 3-1 on the Bruins. So if the Hurricanes win, that'll give them a 2-0 lead. And then the 4 in tonight. Maple Leafs and Tampa Bay play again. Blues and Wild. And the Kings and the Edmonton Oilers. That should be a pretty tight series. I think they're fairly evenly matched. Game 1 came down to the last second goal from the Kings. So always good hockey. Always exciting. All right, that's my playoff hockey update. Playoffs. Avalanche got to get past the second round this year. Get to the cup. All right. That's all I got on that. So, NBA playoffs right now.
What's the score? It's on commercial. So
Miami Heat
blowing
are
them
up 62-52 at halftime.
Sir.
52. James Harden still not getting it done. I heard
James Harden not getting
He
done.
good up.
Embiid didn't even travel with the team to
he
Miami.
can't play till game 3.
He's looking to come back game 3, game 4. He better come back
They need him.
because they ain't got much
That's
without
30.
him.
That's 30 points missing right there. Then
right.
while you the superstar allegedly the alleged superstar ain't showing up.
Yep. All right, it's
It ain't enough
8:50.
help.
It's 8:50. We got 4 series to talk about. Let's
Make 'em
go
quick.
Heat and 76ers. We got
All right.
about roughly 10 minutes for each one if we can be out of here by 9:30. So, NBA playoff time. Let's talk. Heat's 76ers. Jer was already in the middle of it. How do they fill in 30 points without Embiid?
Your superstar got to step up and give you at least, instead of averaging 19, he got to average 30 himself, at least for these 2 games. But, you know, the Heat got a lot of bodies for that man, and that man is just a body himself, so he ain't ready. So, like I said, James St. Patrick is up to his good old tricks again. Yeah.
Going ghost.
As usual. Who shot Ghost? I guess it was Jimmy Butler. He's Tariq.
I said it at the beginning. I got the Heat rolling to the finals.
Capitals not
They
gonna-
looking real good. Jimmy Butler and the crew. The rest of the guys that's over in Philly right now, like he said, they better show up. And you can't really wait for Embiid.
And it's not just Harden either. It's Harris on a max contract too. The best player can't be Maxey right now. Not to cut you off, but
I just like how they have an actual physical center in Bam Adebayo. Like I said, it's a lot of guys. Duncan, Hero, the whole crew. You got Victor Oladipo coming off the
Six-man
bench.
award winner.
Man, it's just so much that's really rolling with the Heat right now. It's going to be hard to stop them. And seeing how they're kind of skating by real easy, they didn't have to work too hard with Atlanta. They seem like they skating by with the 76ers. And that Boston and the Bucks matchup seemed like it may go 6 or 7. So with them being able to actually get by each round and not have to get too many physical injuries, as we see what's happening with Embiid, you may actually see them. The longer you can stay healthy, I think the better it bodes for you moving into playoffs.
it's a war of
So,
nutrition.
It's a war of nutrition, like you said.
Yeah, definitely. The healthiest team win. Right now, you got who coming off of injury? Lucas came back from injury. Devin Booker came back from injury. So that series is going on. You got Ja went off, so right now he's unstoppable. But he was coming back from injury. Gary Payton went down last night. That's a key piece. Embiid definitely the possible MVP. Hopefully he's not Joker, not losing in the first round again. But yeah, war of nutrition.
That's kind of what the playoffs is.
So in the East, in the other game, like I said, Boston against Milwaukee is finally shifting back. Milwaukee took game 1.
Yeah.
Boston came back out and showed, hey, we was kind of asleep coming off of beating the Nets. Maybe they were still feeling themselves. Milwaukee, I thought they was going to be creeping in. Kind of what they did last night. I was expecting out of game 1. But they showed Middleton absence is going to have a little factor, but seeing how those boys from Boston is really, and they seem for real too.
They
But
hit
how
their
much?
shots last night? That's the difference between game 1 and game 2. They shot 53s in game 1, but they missed the majority of them. They made the majority last night, and they shot about 42, 44. But Milwaukee did what they had to do. So it don't matter. Boston did what they needed to do after Milwaukee did what they already came to do. Still a game. They stole the first game. Now it's still advantage Milwaukee. They could go up 3-1, possibly going back to Boston. So we can still see that chance. And I don't think Boston's coming on a 3-1 comeback. But we'll see how that goes. But Milwaukee already did what they need to do. They stole that first game. They ain't lay it down that second game, but Boston came out cooking because they knew that they couldn't go down 2-0 going back to Milwaukee. So,
Boom.
and that's how it went.
Let's see. I've got. Let's roll the.
Giannis is struggling from the field, but he's still producing his numbers. But he's working harder to get his buckets, and a lot of his stuff is at the rim. So he's missing bunnies and stuff, but they're making him work.
Well,
Yeah,
and on the
Williams is all in
flip
his
side,
chest.
that's Boston can't get in and going inside.
Yeah.
They've been shooting a lot of 3-ball nets.
They shot a little bit more mid range last game though, so that kind of opened it up. Which that's what you need to do. You got a player who could do it. They got players that can do it, so they can't just always rely on that. How they little role players depend on the 3 a little bit. But Tatum and Brown got to get in that mid range game just so they could open it up and kick it out if need be.
Well, Tatum didn't. He played well, but didn't play as good as he did in game 1, obviously. Brown tore up the first half in game 2. Kind of fell absent in the second half. But they got, let's see, I think Boston maybe only had 7 guys play. Maybe that was 7 or 8. Got to get a little bit of depth. Bucks, obviously, if they get Middleton back, will be a huge help.
I thought he was out indefinitely though for this whole round.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like
I thought he had the potential to come back. I must have missed that
maybe
one.
if it go deep into a series, which I mean, it still could possibly. I mean, it's still six,
still,
7
yeah.
game series either way for who wins. I had Milwaukee in 6 since my picks kind of changed up a little bit since Brooklyn.
You gotta adjust.
Yeah, you gotta adjust on the fly. You know, my bracket ain't that bad. I only really got one series wrong last series.
see if I
But that
got-
problem is that team that I got wrong is the team that I had going all the way. So that kind of kills my bracket. But West Side look good.
And here's where we're at. Well, that was through May 2nd. So the two updates to that would be
1-1.
Boston
Both.
and
Yeah, Boston and Memphis.
Memphis and Warriors.
Yeah.
Exciting basketball, that's for damn sure.
That's the best series to me. Memphis and Golden
Golden
State.
State just
I got Golden State
athletic.
going to the finals, but I knew this series was not going to be no joke.
Yeah.
I thought Memphis played around with their food a lot last series, but they
Right.
still got it done. But
So let me ask y'all this question because
know, you can backdrop
that series in Memphis and Golden State is 1-1, and the same in Milwaukee and Boston, and the home team lost the first game in both games and then came back to win. How much is that going to affect, moving forward with Golden State going to Golden State and Milwaukee going back home? Is it possible that both of those can take a big advantage? Is that going to be a huge advantage?
yeah, definitely. The both teams have stolen home court, so now the ball is in their court. They gotta just handle their business. They took care of business and stole a game, and both teams who lost first game 1 responded back well. Now those teams' goals is to try to get home court back and go into game 3 and try to steal that game or possibly game 4. Either way it go, they got to win a road game to
What's,
get home court back.
Is it still Oracle Arena? Is that a good home court
No,
advantage?
it's not a Chase Center.
Chase Center,
It's
whatever.
still the same atmosphere, but the Oracle
They got because they've got a fairly strong
Yeah.
like home court advantage. I mean,
Yeah.
it gets pretty rowdy in there, right?
Yeah, and the Chase Center is one of the big. That's one of the newest arenas. That's where one of the March Madness things was held this year. That's when Steph Curry was at a lot of the games where he was out. But yeah, they got a nice home court advantage. We have to see how it go. They got a full team. I know their fans is waiting and they're rocking. It's the second round. Yeah, they see how it go. Their goal is to go ahead and take care of home court. Now they have to take care of their home court and possibly go back game 5 up 3-1 for both teams in Milwaukee and in Golden State, which might be the possible finals now. But we'll see. I know a lot of people pro Phoenix. A lot of people pro Memphis too.
Dude, Grizzlies look good, and that
Ja went crazy last night. He dropped 47 points. He handling his business. He was more efficient last night. They gave him the shot, and he was hitting his 3 early. Like he said, he hit his shots early, and he gained his confidence throughout the game, and that let him cook. And Ja's a talker. He out there drawing with Draymond. Oh my God, don't Draymond Green. You gotta use the voice. Draymond Green.
Draymond.
Bro. Draymond.
What do you mean they're going to put on the back of Draymond?
Bro, Draymond gotta stop talking, man. Like, bro, stop talking. I don't know what's been going on lately, but he got suspended, had his podcast, great, whatever. They plugging in on these shows, all that cool. They need to eventually start plugging in. That's debatable, whatever.
throw it
But
on
anyway,
there.
he right after he talk about the flagrant. Should he have got kicked out? Maybe not. It's the playoffs. I just watched the brawl in hockey. That's a whole nother. It should be the same type stuff, but. No, I think he talked about it, and then he just went on the fans. He got kicked out, flicked the fans off because they was booing him for getting hurt or whatever. Like, fam, that's what they do. They fans. You should already know that. And now I don't care. They can fire me. I make $25 million a year. Like, all right, bro. You got it. You better go out and win the series, because if you lose this series, and if they lose because of you, like, that's gonna be on you, bro. Because you ain't handling your business, and you too busy worried about the media and talking on the microphone. Like, right now it's playoff time. You shouldn't be worried about no podcast. Like, what are you doing? Like, focus on the goal. You got a goal at mind and handle your business. You the backbone of that team. Look at that. 47, 8, 3 steals, 5 3-pointers. Yeah, that man going crazy. And he making Dredge look cool in basketball.
he does make Dredge look cool. I'll give you that, man.
Hey, him and my guy D Rose.
And he had down the stretch he had
closed.
8 of their final 12 or something like that. And in game 1, he barely missed that game-winning layup. It was a rinse and repeat of the one from like game 5 in series 1.
Yeah.
But game 1, they lose to Golden State by 1 point, and they got the chance with him at the rim at the clock.
Great defensive play by Clay Way getting away.
Right.
And they didn't have Brooks last night either. He got ejected in the first 3 minutes or so.
One hairdo that I cannot stand.
Oh my God.
Is Dylan Brooks.
You can't stand his hairdo. I can't stand his jump shot, bro. Bro. I made a status about it, bro. His Dylan Brooks release, it always looks off.
Worse than Joel?
Oh man, I mean he's a big man. I don't
That's
even
a
care.
little-
Joel, I meant to say your boy Joe Kim. Noah.
I mean, he's also a big man, so
Yeah.
I don't even care.
What's Dylan Brooks?
Brooks
6'6",
is a
6'7"?
6'7" wing man, lockdown defender.
Sean Marion?
Nah, his form was okay. Yeah, no. His whole thing was, but nah, all right, not Marion, not the whole with the. But anybody watch Dylan Brooks shoot from that corner, man, the camera be on him, and it always look like he call it off. He's either calling glass and the bank. They be like, dang, the bank's still open, dang, or he calling it off and it go in. He that type of player. He always call it off because it look off anyway, but it might go in. But he an air ball. His shot be all over the place. And then he'll make it from that left corner, but from that right wing, he throws that over the backboard every trip. Yeah, I watch Brooks like that. I know his game. And I think he might be a lefty. That's also why it's ugly like that. But, hey, man, that you don't like his hairdo, which I don't like it either. It don't fit his face.
It's just like the-
But I ain't about to get it. I don't
points
care
that
about
come
his hair,
down.
man. His jump shot is ugly, bro.
But speaking of hairdos, and I like Ja's got the look.
Yeah.
I like Drew Holiday.
Ja Rules, man. Ja Rules. And it was Murder Inc. last night. It was definitely, they put a stamp on it.
He's good, but his risk of high risk of injury, the energy he plays with, it
was just recently-
unsustainable. But man, he's fun to watch.
It was
Man,
just
it is-
recently the 11-year anniversary of Derrick Rose's injury. I still remember that heartbreak, man.
It's easier
That's
said than done as far as Memphis.
Dude, right.
I mean, it's going to be hard to try to shut down
But-
Golden State.
Clay and
But
Curry.
I don't think they can continue to go down to the wire with them boys because definitely going back into Golden State.
Steph got to step up though. He got to close these games. He should have been able to put away game one. Game one they shouldn't have won by
Yeah.
one. Curry missed some good looks. It was a couple shots that was contested, but he had an open three that could have put him up 7, I think, and he had another look that could have put him up. Then he ain't put the game away in game one. I went to sleep in the fourth quarter last night, so I ain't even get to watch Ja go crazy, and I didn't
Right.
get to see why Curry couldn't close. Because I think when I dozed off, the Warriors took the lead. It was a back and forth game. Did you see that play? Do y'all think that was a dirty play though from Dylan Brooks? Since we talked about it,
I literally turned my head and he was out of the game.
ironically he got hit in his head. So,
I didn't see it.
oh yeah. So they talked
Between
about
that one and the Draymond, I mean,
Right.
Steve Kerr
It's a
talking
wash.
about they just out there playing dirty ball. He ain't say they was dirty players, but there's some dirty plays going on. I just feel like Steve Kerr doesn't got the room to say that, seeing how he coaches Draymond. You feel me? And and he also coached Zaza Pachulia, who that's the reason why you can't run as a defender now because he injured Kawhi. But I don't know. Steve Kerr shouldn't have been the one to say that. He's like it's like don't shoot the messenger, but you the wrong person to send for this message, sir.
Will, you're saying you don't think Grizz can keep up coming down to the wire with Warriors? I mean, Golden State just got the clutch at the last second, or is Memphis just a little too much isolation ball with Ja down the end of the stretch, and that's not quite reliable?
No, it's taken away from Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain ain't been balling like he was a hero last series. He ain't really been performing in this series.
I mean that ISO ball with Ja too. You got to stop it. It's one thing to know what he's about to do, but it's another thing to stop it. And you know that kick out is always going to be there, like you said, whether it's to Baines, Brooks, or whoever he's going to kick it out to. But 9 times, except for a couple times, we have seen him drive that lane. Game 1, I think it happened last, maybe in Minnesota too, where he drove and it didn't go in. But he has a really good chance, and he made a couple of shots last night. That's like, how? So I would take my chances with Ja in the ISO, but I wouldn't feel comfortable continue to being down or being up by 1 or 2 and knowing that Steph can hit from halfway across the court. So
Well, you got Steph or Clay, or the way Jordan Poole's been playing,
Right.
bringing
Poole party.
in third. What is with that, man? That's exactly what they need, though.
and you still got Wiggins who can come across
Dude.
too. You see how Wiggins got
Development,
that
bro.
dunk last night too, posterizing.
Oh
Wait,
my
dude.
god! And those type dunks, there's a lot of one-hand posters, like the poster that Ja
That's
had
what
on the dude from Minnesota
the dunk
was
contest last night.
But Andrew Wiggins with the 2-hand slam, and then he looked at him. I'm like, yeah, okay, Wiggy, that's what I like. I like that energy.
He's coming around. It took Wiggins getting out of Minnesota to find his new
he's not
home.
the dude, but he could fit along them dudes.
That's what, dude. That's what makes Golden State tough. All those athletes, anybody can fill it up at
player
any time.
development. They are about that life.
Ball movement.
They
man.
do that. They hired their
what it's
hitman to snatch him up a couple more rings, but for the most part, player development. They develop Steph. They develop Clay. They develop Draymond. They develop Jordan Poole. They develop Kuminga is going to be a problem in the up and coming future. Who's going to be Draymond's replacement?
He's
bro?
stepping up and filling in well. I don't know much about him, but I've seen a lot of good play out of him. What little I've watched.
He can go ISO. He could take you off the dribble. He could shoot. He could take you to the cup. He can play. He got to be more disciplined on defense, but he's a rookie. He's a young player.
Yep.
He finally came over, but now he's gonna be a baller in the future. Like player development, the Warriors are about that life. They're gonna be set up. They got young pieces for Clay and Steph to grow old with, and maybe who knows? It's still Golden State. Maybe some type of star player might want to sign there in the future. You never know. You know, it might get so bad in Brooklyn, Kevin Durant might want to come back. You never know.
Brooklyn.
We ain't talking about Brooklyn. That's that's next year's champs. That's next year's champs. That's next year's champs. This year, they laying it down. Oh, since KD did just get brought up, I just seen that he got booed and he's over there in the EuroLeague games getting booed in Europe right now, man.
Just watching. I know he ain't playing.
Like I feel like Kevin Durant. If you're Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. Kyrie just had a podcast. I don't know. You brought Brooklyn up. Now I'm talking about Brooklyn. But Kyrie just had a podcast talking about he thought the team was gonna trade him. He didn't know what was gonna happen when he was out sitting. So he ain't never thinking about getting a shot then. Oh, now they let you play in a road game, so now you're able to talk about it. That's the thing. Kyrie and Kevin Durant shouldn't be making no appearances. They shouldn't be talking about nothing until the playoffs is over.
Fishing poles, like you said, man.
And another person that's not in this scene, I shouldn't be seeing videos of a man dancing on the beach that ain't in the playoffs right now. I don't even want to mention his name, but that's LeBron. Yeah,
he can do it. Yeah.
Nah,
he's probably filming Space Jam 3.
Nah, heavens no, he better not be. Hopefully they saving that for the next kid that's growing up. That's 10.
For Bronny. Bronny's going to start.
Oh,
don't
Jesus
even go
Christ.
there. All right.
New Legacy Part 2.
All right. Right.
But anyway, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving shouldn't be making any appearance. He shouldn't be going to no games. They should still be in the gym. They'd be in
practice
with the Sunday game. I mean, the Eastern Conference game is usually at 7, so they should be in the gym every night at 7 to 9:30, like it's a game, and focusing on that. That's what the Nets should be doing. I don't care. They should still be in the playoffs, not out talking on podcasts and not out watching soccer games or whatever that's going on in Europe right now that got him booed.
All right, last series. Speaking of Ja dropping 47, Luka went for 45. But Mavs has got
the better performance. I say Ja
Morant, good,
and they
got the dub.
And a lot of Luka
needs help. Is Phoenix going to sweep them?
I have Phoenix in 5. I have Phoenix in 5. I felt like
4-1, and 5.
5-1.
Yeah.
4-1. Suns in 5.
Suns in 5.
I don't know if I feel I don't know. I don't feel bad for Luka, but
he got the man. He got Kristaps out of town, and one of the best playoff performers so far has been Brunson. And like I was saying, when I seen this written down, can they make any adjustments to help him out? I don't know. If I'm the Suns, I'm focused on Brunson and trying to glue the Dinwiddie a little bit, and maybe watch the others, watch the people he gonna kick it to, because Brunson been going off right next to Luka. I'm definitely just focused on trying to shut him down. I feel like Luka's gonna be Luka. He's gonna get his numbers, get your 45 points of garbage time, fam. Now you tied with Michael Jordan he's finally eligible for the numbers to be in there. So he averaged 33.4 points a game, just like Mike. But it's a difference between him and Mike.
Yeah,
but
huge difference.
But Luka. Ain't nothing. I don't think it's nothing that the Mavericks could do this postseason right now. It's a lot, and some people picked them over to go to the finals. It's a wrap. They met that team.
Sorry, Shard.
He a Laker fan anyway. How much you got on your thing? Okay. At one point we had 10. I think I started talking about the Nets and everybody disappeared. But that series is tonight. They definitely go up 2-0.
It's hard for the Mavericks. I mean, it just always seemed like Luka is the man, and they got to do it by himself. But I mean, you got other cats around you, and like we said, Trey Burke is on that team. Of course, we always gonna put on for the hometown hero.
Yes, sir.
Would like to see him get a lot more burn, but I just think it's too much Suns. With definitely like Book
He
coming back,
liability, though. That's the problem on defense. He too small.
and it's starting to seem like CP may be destined for a finals. I mean, out of everybody, if I love Memphis, and just because how Ja and he's that electrifying player and what he means to the game right now, I think he's a good face for the team or a good face for the league. But I would love to see CP finally be able to get one and be able to walk off. It's not too many other guys that's in the playoffs right now that does not have a ring that I wouldn't want to see get one. So, I mean, if all the guys that's there that don't have a ring, like, of course, your Tatums, your all the other ones, the young guys. But CP is on, like, his last hurrah. There ain't too many left. They got a lot more State Farm commercials instead of NBA games. So, I would love to see CP, but I want to see Ja. I like Memphis and what they bring and what he brings.
It's a lot of Memphis fans that's because of Ja. Like some
Has
kid,
to be.
some kid right now. I remember Derrick Rose and how watching him go toe to toe with the Celtics went on to win a Super Bowl, the finals that year. But they Rose took them to took them to 7 games, and he was going crazy. And that's what Ja definitely reminds a lot of people of. So.
I mean, a
Ja
few years ago,
I don't got the Ja going. I got Golden State going to
right.
the finals, of course.
Excuse me.
But the winner of that series, I felt like,
holds a good chance.
yeah, and the
Winner of Memphis and Golden State.
yeah,
Going against Phoenix.
I mean, a few years ago, when they had like Tony Allen, Zach Randolph, and like all of those guys,
Tebow was at the last game too.
you wouldn't even. I never even really liked tuning in to Memphis or San Antonio. They both seem like that
like
same
Mike Conley.
kind of.
I like Conley.
Yeah, true.
I like
true.
Conley and Rudy Gay. I used them on the game. That's why I like watching. So yeah,
But they're more exciting than those teams were. That was like that blue collar, hard nosed grit type of teams. Now you actually want to tune in to see what's going to happen in Memphis.
Some of those were
'cause the game
85 to 90 kind of games.
Yeah,
Now
defensive
you're at
games.
110, 108.
yeah. And if the Grizzlies do move on, they match up well with the Suns from big to little, and Adams will finally be able to be relevant again because of Ayton. So
DeAndre Ayton, man.
he's a monster. Like
Coming into his form
And
nicely.
if he stay on this path, they might sweep the Suns because he's their X factor. Because I said
Yep.
the Suns, the Mavs, because they don't have nothing to handle that at all.
Mavs are one pony show, man, and they're gonna have to put together a really good game to steal one from them.
Yeah,
Or
they need to
Phoenix
figure out
goes
how to
back. I
get
mean,
Bradley
anything can
Beal.
happen, but
The Mavericks need to make some moves. They need to get
Offseason.
spot up shooters who can also play. That's what they got now, but they need upgrades in those positions. So instead of Brunson, Bradley Beal, maybe he could work with a person who dribbled the ball a lot. He did play with Russ, so he should know what that's like. And he also played with John Wall, so he could play off the ball. Ball dominant players. So like they need players like that who's able and willing to be off the ball and allow Luka to be Luka, and somehow they could still figure out how to get their numbers. But for the most part, a lot of people ain't gonna want to. It's the same thing how young players or people didn't want to play with Bron. It's that same play style. Other superstars didn't want to play with James Harden. That same play style. Not that they can't. They're not great individual players, but a lot of other top-notch players might not want to go there because they need the ball too.
well, I was gonna say speaking of the draft, a couple weeks away from the lottery. May 17th will be the lottery selection. So
Right.
for what it's worth, live update: Miami Heat are up 12 with 2:44 left in the third.
What
They're going to go up 2-0. Miami trying to sweep them.
What are Harden's numbers?
Philly's got to have some, Harden with 18, Maxey with 17, and that's their team. Tobias Harris with 12.
That's it.
That's
too
it.
much heat right now. And Jimmy having one of those games with 20 right now.
Bam Adebayo, man, he's doing his
Bam,
thing.
Hero got 16.
And I
Yeah,
like
they
that
working
they got
down there
He
in
got 20
Miami.
and 10.
And I like that they got Oladipo. He's a good player.
Yeah,
But him and Jimmy Butler got into it. Like
man. So at what point do you put away whatever is going on off the court? I don't know if it's even off the court problems.
When you
but,
start winning, I think.
I mean, but you're winning right now, and you know your focus has to be on winning the championship.
Yeah,
so
that's what their minds definitely set on that. They built their team for that.
Maybe they just butt heads and get through it anyway. But
Jimmy's
like,
a
to
hard
answer your
head.
question,
If you're not-
Will, if they're winning,
He's
they
a
should put things
hard-nosed-
aside.
Right?
Tough, different type of dude. Jimmy Butler's a person that raised his siblings and was homeless. Like his mindset is different. He was the last pick. The Bulls drafted him with the last pick of the first round after the year Derrick Rose won his MVP. So like that man, his leadership, everything is just different. And if you ain't built like that, like Cat, Ben Simmons, he gonna get on you. So maybe Oladipo had to show him something.
Step up a little bit. Yeah, fight
that
back.
game
Let's
that
show
Jimmy-
them some
that
fight.
game- That game that Jimmy didn't play against the Hawks and Oladipo had played a lot more minutes. I think he had stepped up. Maybe he showed him something in that game. But Oladipo's a baller. I don't think he's soft.
Dude, no,
I don't think.
And
but now
that's-
Jimmy's just cut different.
he's competitive.
He's literally just cut different.
But that's, the Heat got 9 guys they can play on any given time. Depth is a big thing that's not talked about enough.
They got
I
this
don't
dude.
think.
What's his name? Struss?
They got 9, 10 dudes.
God, bro.
9, 10 dudes that can give you 10, 15, 20 minutes a night. Having that depth is
10 to 15, 20 points a
crucial.
night from everyone.
Dude, yeah, they do. And that's one thing that
So they're deep and they're loaded, but it's not. I don't know. It's definitely not enough star power. But will it be enough firepower?
That's the thing.
They're gonna try to make it a slugfest.
Yep. When you don't have star power, that's what you need is bench depth, a whole cohesive team like I got here, the Phoenix Suns, man. They got 6 dudes that were, 15, 25. Like they can score. Got a lot of different dudes that can get you points if somebody's having an off night, and a lot of dudes that can fill those roles and play defense that you need. Mikal Bridges, showing up on some really clutch like wing possessions and stuff like that. So I mean, it is the NBA is a lot about star power, but NBA playoff time, battle of attrition, you got to have some depth and you got to have dudes that can give you minutes and get you points, man. Or you're you're like the Sixers and Mavericks. Go ahead.
Segueing right into what I was just about to ask. You came right into it. It's about nutrition and health. And seeing how both of these teams that's playing tonight, they play again on Friday. They roll them right back. You get tomorrow off, and then both of these teams, Miami and the Sixers and the Suns and Mavericks, they play again on Friday night. How close? I mean, because then you have the Bucks and the Boston series and the Grizzlies Warriors series. They play on Saturday. You know what I mean?
Right.
So how, with both of these teams, in Dallas and in Philly, they both have problems right now with health, and then they have to roll right back around. They both lose tonight. It's not going to look too good. I mean, luckily, both Philly and Dallas is going back home, but I mean, they're
quick turnaround.
It's quick turnaround, and your health is right now your wealth, and it ain't looking too good for either one of those. So how is that going to affect the round in this series?
I think it definitely could affect Dallas. Philly's coming, but when they're going home, they're coming back with reinforcements, and not just any old reinforcement. Either the runner-up or the MVP. Right. Also, he definitely won a scoring title. That's flat out. So they're coming back with reinforcements. The MB injury though, it's his eye, and it was concussion type injury. Which kept him out. He could just wear a mask, and he should be able to be fine. It's not a lower leg injury, nothing like that, nothing too crazy. So he should still be able to perform as long as he can see well. I feel like Mavericks, they just don't got enough. Reinforcements isn't. The only thing that they got looking forward to is their home crowd. But reinforcements isn't coming.
But they're going to be tired. They don't have that day off of rest. Like Phoenix, they're just going to roll there and just stomp on them. And the way that's a good opportunity for the Heat too. I mean,
go up 2-0, take advantage.
Going up 2-0 off a short turnaround, they can drag that firepower right into Philadelphia.
And Kyle Lowry still ain't
blow
playing.
them out.
Miami might have reinforcements.
And that's it. I forgot about
good
that.
Good point right there.
Yep.
I forgot about Kyle down there.
Forgot to know. He hadn't
speaking
played.
of injuries, Kyle Lowry. And then Miami already had Jimmy sit out, which I just felt like that was just because they already knew they didn't need Jimmy to beat the Hawks.
So you speak about, cut differently. Like if Jimmy's up 2-0, he might just want to jump on their throat. Let's roll into Philly and just finish this thing.
Yeah, because the last time he played in Philly, he almost took Philly to the finals. Well, the conference finals, because I guess that was an epic second round when Kawhi hit that shot.
Yep.
But his exit in Philly, like, we don't know how he. Well, I don't know, but he's built like that. But I don't know how he's gonna perform. He might be, especially Jimmy. Don't put together back-to-back great performances. That's
the good thing is he's got dudes on his team to help him out.
Yeah, and if he's already performing tonight,
ready for it, man. He looks like he's.
Yeah, he want all the smoke. Like John,
animal,
they running up the chimney. Like the Heat's not afraid. But him going back to that crowd. I mean, like I said, I don't think he's built to fold. So he should show up. But if they could keep him from the rack, they got to make him shoot more. He ain't really the best shooter, just for unless it's falling early.
Good stuff. All right, yeah. Golden State and Memphis. Let's see. Heat 4-1. Phoenix sweeps them. Milwaukee and man, that's going to be a good one. I think Milwaukee gets them in 6 or 7.
Think that game goes? That series goes 7.
I think
Milwaukee
Warriors
in
will
6.
take care of it, but
Hey,
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think the Warriors is going on. The winner of this series is possibly going all the way, but I think the Warriors is definitely going all the way. I just feel like Steph Curry owns Chris Paul. Anybody remember them matchups? Remember, he had Chris Paul.
he stepped on his foot, man.
Or that one
I
where
don't
he
remember that.
where he dribbled, spun around, went for it, spun around again, shot it for the, like he just, or he had the one on the baseline. All of Chris Paul, Steph Curry, the Warriors own the Clippers. When the Clippers, we thought the Clippers was about to take off, the Warriors happened. That's what really happened with Chris Paul. But and also all his ailments and injuries and all his other crap.
I don't know if Clay. I don't know if he can keep up with Dev. I mean, I don't know if they can put Draymond on Devin, but that's a huge.
They don't need Clay on Dev though.
Who's going to guard Devin? Chris is just a floor general, point
Andrew
guard.
Wiggins on Devin.
No, all right. Pawn taken. I can't even.
But you also, depending on how bad this fracture in Gary Payton Jr.'s arm is, because he was starting for him these past few games.
Oh yeah,
that was his adjustment.
He had
That was
MRI this morning. Is that right?
Yeah, he was. So depending on if he could come back, you got bodies to throw out him. You got Clay as well, but I would start Wiggins on him. You got you could put Clay on Crowder or Cam Johnson or somebody. You don't got to necessarily put him on Book out the gate.
Right.
But yeah, you got Otto Porter.
There's some defensive
Switch it
adjustment
up.
that's going to have to be to isolate on
You might
Devin
still
to
put
take
Clay on
away.
Chris Paul. You still might put Clay on Chris Paul.
Yeah.
But you can also put Wiggins on Chris Paul, the bigger body. It's a lot of different looks that they could do.
So what about inside though? DeAndre Ayton just.
Now, they're still small.
and
the Warriors
Crowder,
can't
and Jay
get big.
Crowder.
The Warriors can't get big. Their center is on the side. It's in street clothes.
Right.
Yeah. So they can't get big. They're just gonna have to figure it out. Their motion offense can.
So if we see some-
Ayton would have to be able to dominate in order to
It'd just be
stay on the court, because the way they're going to run their offense, Ayton might not be a factor on the defense because they're going to be spreading
They'll
the
be
ball
so
around.
spread out.
Yeah. Then they always able to make
And that's
the
how you do
center.
it.
They always able to make the center a liability.
Neutralize them.
Yeah.
Well, especially with that, their front court and the way that Golden State moves the ball, man. Game 1, they had like 34 assists, I think. Just crazy. So interesting. Suns and Golden State would be a nice Western Conference Finals.
Got to get past this Memphis
That
first.
inside-out game, but don't
I
get
don't
ahead
think
of
they're
yourself.
looking forward, but I think right now the only thing that's hurting the Warriors is Draymond Green. Draymond Green, God, man, run the
player of the
clip,
year, man.
Draymond Green, man,
Run a whole team behind Draymond.
dude, man. But Draymond, the
Dude,
problem
okay.
is he running his mouth. Like, bro, shut up. Just go play. You're like, why are you flipping the flans off? You see how that went for Kyrie.
Right?
Draymond loves it, man.
I
Yeah.
know he do, man, but I make 25 minutes. Like,
His whole
nobody
exit.
cares, fam.
His whole exit
Play
from game
ball.
1.
I need you to hit
loved
your
it.
open threes. You've been playing with Steph Curry your whole career. You still can't hit an open jump shot. Like, bro, I need more than just passing. Like, bro, we don't need you talking. He sound like he's an established Pat Beverly. Like, I swear. Like, he just got the accolade, man. Draymond, that's my guy too. But dog, he's doing too much right now. Like, man, just shut up and just play. Stop. This is a tough series. We don't need you talking. We don't need your mama coming in and making tweets.
Oh, man. Leave Draymond's mom.
Nope, just shout out your mom on Sunday because, again, it's Mother's Day.
That wasn't a
Boom.
shot at his mom, but I'm just saying his last time his mouth and the analyst got on him, his mom had made some tweets. That's
Nobody.
We don't need that.
Not my baby.
All right, guys, that's all I got
Hey.
on this week's edition.
For sure.
Fill us in.
Episode 37, Sean Alexander. This is That's Debatable. We are That's Debatable.
This is 38.
38.
Yeah. Last week was 37.
Oh,
All right,
I see
correct
that?
it.
Oh, it is right there. Episode 38. I don't know a number 38. Who got the number 38? I don't know.
Man, ain't no 38s out there. Just that 38.
There's
You
got
know
to
what
be
I
some
mean?
hockey players.
All right.
Before we go, you can
Schilling.
tap in right here to my social media, all platforms, Will Ward 288. But shout out to my man Jordan Reed Davis, my son, man. He just ran into his school's history books.
Nice.
In track, he ran the 100 literally before I came in here. He got third in all times at his school, and he ran a 12.36 in the 100, and
Yikes.
then a 25.20 in the 200. He came in first in both of those events today, and like I said, third place in the 100 and second place in the 200.
Yikes.
All times in his middle school, 8th grade. He had a big workout this morning in front of some college recruits. So, hey, man, keep doing your thing. We're going to keep grinding. But
In 8th
future's
grade,
bright.
he's already working out in front of college recruits. Man,
Yeah, they had
2022 is crazy.
Yeah, they had a bunch of let me see who they had. A couple at the school this morning. It was Bowling Green, Ball State, Youngstown, Toledo, Kent State, Ohio, Northwestern, Miami of Ohio, so
Dude,
and a
sweet.
couple of other schools. So,
Shout out to the
man,
big little man.
He's working hard and gotta just keep grinding, buddy.
You got the wheels?
Do I got the wheels?
Yeah, does the wife
I
have the
had
wheels?
wheels. I had wheels, but he's I ain't gonna say that. He got to still see me in the streets. He got me in the sand. He got me in the sand over the summer vacation.
Oh, yeah.
We ran
Beach
on
racing?
the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
Blew
got me
your doors?
in. He probably still got me now, but like I keep saying, after the 50-meter, I'm probably gonna catch back up. He got a quick start, but once my momentum get going, I may catch him. But he's starting to all run me. I give him his shine. But follow me right here
Shout
on
out,
Will
man.
Ward 288, and you will see his race today.
Get on Will Ward's Facebook page. Videos up there. We'll retweet it, put it out. Number
Hey, everybody
38.
typing in, make sure y'all like and share. This episode still is up, so even after we get done, it's still out there.
For
Then
sure.
it will be on the That's Debatable YouTube page. Make sure you like and subscribe to the That's Debatable YouTube page. Make sure you follow Will Ward 2288. Make sure you follow my guy Ryan's Fingers. You can follow me
sir.
at That's Debatable. If you know who I am, you got me on platforms, whatever it is. It's not about me, it's about the team. So let's go.
For sure.
If you know, you know. Number 38, Kurt Schilling. It's the only 38 I
Kurt
could
Schilling, I
find.
know that name. though.
The bloody ankle, Kurt?
That's right, bloody ankle Kurt. Not in the
man.
Hall of Fame, Kurt. All right,
I know that's somebody's fullback.
there you go.
Episode 40. I can't wait. Mike Allstott.
All right, on. All right, peace, fam. We out.
Paper
You
toss.
see?
Paper toss.
Once
Ooh,
again,
right on
man.
the money.
That's like 3 in a row.
Shout out y'all. See y'all later.
Giannis. Don't.
Antetokounmpo.
Alley-oop. It's so
Self-made.
slick.
It looks so sloppy though. You see how he
he
threw it
look
off
sloppy?
the rim?
Man.
The way he threw it off the rim.
That's like Nerf ball to him, man.
It wasn't like a
It
smooth
wasn't no
tall-
Kobe's.
Look, you see how
Yeah, I see what you
it was,
mean.
like, it wasn't like
It wasn't
this.
underneath, the underneath
Yeah,
one.
but he thought of it on the fly, so and it
Oh.
was successful. But like what they pointed out is